Okay, guys. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be me kind of talking over some gameplay. I'm going to be kind of talking about what I liked, what I didn't like, what I think needs to be maybe changed, or maybe just not even necessarily changed. Some things just need to be altered, maybe some buffs or nerfs, things like that for the 2v2 game mode that we played. And I know it's just an alpha, but they wouldn't have let out an alpha if they weren't serious about getting our opinion. I might be mistaken, but we've never had an alpha released to us, at least since I've been in the scene. So it was pretty cool that they did that. Shout out to Infinity Ward for letting us get our hands on the game as early as possible. I don't know if we're going to get to play the 2v2 game mode before it comes out again. But like before the game drops, I don't know if it's going to be like in the multiplayer beta, or if we're gonna have another beta where it's the 2v2 gunfight beta where we can see the changes and stuff that they've made from our feedback. But I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. So just to get right into it, basically the game itself is really good. I love the sounds. I love the way the guns work. I love almost everything about it. The only things that I can really think of were just some little tiny things like the movement. To me, the movement felt a little clunky. It felt kind of like Battlefield. I'll be honest. I know they've been getting a lot of hate for Battlefield, for like copying Battlefield or whatever, but the movement was kind of clunky and slow, and it felt like I was playing Battlefield. And I like Battlefield, but when I get on Battlefield, I get on Battlefield to play completely different than I get on to play COD. When I get on to play COD, I am trying to, I mean, full sprint, world star, 180ing, 360ing, whatever. Like I want to do crazy, unrealistic shit when I'm playing Call of Duty, and I get that. I get like I said, it's unrealistic, but that's Call of Duty, and the movement. I I feel like the jumping into sliding or the sliding into jumping, and there was no like slide cancel or anything like that. And I get that it's not BO4. I get that, but like the chain based type of movement, even in World War II when it was like dolphin diving, there was still, you could still chain together several different kinds of movement techniques to get around the map a little faster, or to get around the map in a little bit of a unique way, or whatever, just to add some sort of uniqueness and style into it. And I really felt like I missed that with the movement in the alpha. The other thing is when you're playing and stuff, and you say you get a two-piece final kill cam, but the it was a little further apart than maybe normal. Like the kill cams were really like short, and they didn't last very. I almost killed myself. They didn't last very long. Like they didn't start soon enough, and they ended too soon. I feel like they just need to add a little bit onto the kill cams, and that part would be absolutely perfect. The snipers were, there's only one good sniper that we got, and that sniper, I think it's like the AX50 or something like that. It's like a 50 cal. It's really good. You're not getting many hit markers with that thing. I think I got like during the whole alpha, I think I got like two, three maybe, and most of those were wall bangs. So it's a really strong sniper, and I get that we don't have attachments or anything like that on it. But holy shit, it's like the L96 from Black Ops 1. I mean, holy hell. We got to do something. That's just not working for me. Um it was really good, and the movement or the way the gun mechanically works was cool, but the aim and speed, it kind of just messes everything up, because again, it's like you're going from playing with the the snipers in BO4, like the paladin, to going to playing like with like look at that, like you're playing with like a Battlefield sniper, and that's not what we sign on for when we play Call of Duty. And I know it's a little nitpicky and whatnot, but I mean that's not, it's not Call of Duty mechanics. It doesn't feel like, to me anyways. um but yeah, that was my only real complaints about snipers. The only other really complaints I had about the way weapons worked was the the pistols. I suck with the deagle, I'll give you that. But like the other pistol, the only other option for a pistol that we had is probably the worst pistol I've ever experienced in my entire damn life. That thing, it's like I'm playing paintball, literally. And I don't even necessarily think you need to buff it damage wise. I think just removing it's got, again, like Battlefield mechanics, it's got such a tight or such a low like fire cap on it. Like, let us spam it, like the Strife, like the EMC from IW, like the P08 from World War II. Like, let us spam it. If we've got a good trigger finger, we should be able to showcase that. You know what I mean? So that was my main concern with that, is just that it either needs a damage buff or it needs the fire cap taken off completely, because that thing is horrible. Maybe there's another pistol in the game that'll come out in the beta or in the actual release that's kind of like a EMC Strife P08, and it shoots relatively fast and does decent damage. But as of all of this is just based off of what I've used, and that gun is absolute dog shit. The all the maps were pretty good. I enjoyed playing all of the maps except for Pine. Pine, I think probably 90% of the maps I lost were on Pine, and it was just because people, they just hide, or they'll lay in a bush, or they'll lay under the damn container in mid where you cap the flag. You don't have to be in the container to cap the flag. And like it was just more campy, and I get that, like, that's the play style of those players. They're not as good, obviously, so they have to play like that in order to get kills. But I'm real big into the better players should win at all times. And I know it's COD, there's fluky stuff that happens, but still, it's frustrating when I'm playing Sniper Bob Joe 4 and he's just sitting in the fucking back, laying in a bush with a 12 gauge, just waiting to blast me. That's just so annoying. But speaking of shotguns, the OSP mode, the one where you spawn in with nothing, like what you're watching here, the shotgun spawns, okay, so I understand for the regular mode where you just start off with random classes or whatever. I think the OSP mode should be more competitive, more strategy based, which it already is by default because of the game. But I feel like you should, I'm hoping for, like, maybe in the beta or maybe in the actual release, there's like a weapon draft. So like there's 4 players, they can pick or ban guns, kind of similar to like BO3 pick and ban system, but something where they can choose the guns that are going to spawn on the map. Because I think on every map almost, a shotgun spawns either right next to you or very close into your spawn. And that is just the most annoying thing in the world when you're trying to get a gun like the AUG or like the MP7 or MP5 or the FAMAS, whatever gun it is. You can't maneuver the map because they sprint, get a shotgun off spawn, and sprint to mid map and just sit in a corner with a shotgun. Like that sort of play style is not what I think competitive COD is. And I think that the OSP mode should be more focused to competitive type players, the better players. It could be the difference between public matches and like a league play system, except for gunfight, if that makes sense. And then to pick up weapons, I noticed, like, picking up weapons, picking up like claymores or nades or stuns or whatever. There was so many times where I would have to turn around and re-pick it up because I'd missed it in the first part. There should be an option in Black Ops 4 Blackout where it's either you hold to pick it up or you tap to pick it up. It's the player's option. And I'm willing to bet 99% of players that know that option's in the game are going to pick to tap to pick it up, because there was so many times that I died because I couldn't pick up the gun, because I'm a Blackout player. I'm used to just tap square, guns in my hands. It wasn't the case on this, and that was super frustrating, not being able to get guns fast enough because they've already got a shotgun and are full sprinting at me, and I can't get the gun because I played for the mid-map decent gun. So like I'm dying because I'm not getting the gun. And so I think that needs to be changed, or at least add an extra option in. And then the only other thing I can think of would be sensitivity. So like in Black Ops 4, you've got like your sensitivity, you've got ADS sensitivity, you've got scope sensitivity. Those things got to be in the game. They've got to be. Like that was a game-changing function that was added into Black Ops 4, and they need to keep that in the game. That needs to be a default in Call of Duty. We've never experienced something like that I can think of on console other than like Fortnite. and it's so amazing in Black Ops 4. I that is one of my favorite things about the game, is that is in the game. So those things are the real things that stuck out the most to me. Um, if I maybe missed something, or if you thought of something that was messed up or that you didn't like, that um, you'd like changed, feel free, leave it in the comments. I'm gonna put in the description the @ of the person that you can add on Twitter to give constructive criticism. Don't go on there and be an asshole. Just tell them like, hey, look, I didn't like this, and they'll see if they can change it, or like what can be done about it to help satisfy everyone. They're not gonna be able to please everybody, but they can still try. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe if you are new. Leave a like. And I believe we're getting into the last round of this map. But go ahead and enjoy the remaining round. I'm pretty sure I trolled this guy for the last kill. I'll see you guys in the stream later and in the YouTube video tomorrow. Peace. Burn! Holy shit.
Well done.
The entire fucking side of the map burned with him. Jesus Christ.